Crohn's disease and ankylosing spondylitis, and the AS is really painful. So it's really kind of hard for me to sit in one place for so long, which is why I kind of fidget a lot, because it gets uncomfortable just sitting to begin with. Which is also why I'm like all about fitness and trying to stay healthy, because you know what, just because you get a disease or you get something thrown your way, it's not an excuse to lay down your life. It's actually it's a springboard to take your life to levels it's never gone before. So for those people that have a problem that I wear tight shirts or whatever else, I mean, 2 years ago, before I was diagnosed with AS, I was about 60 pounds heavier, and instead of taking all of the crazy medication and everything else that they want me to take, I actually decided to do something with my life and build it and build off of it, because when you get lemons, you can make sweet, sweet lemonade, and that's what I'm all about. That's what, you know, you should be all about too, because our life is meant to be lived. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about, you know, what's going on in the world today, and it is spooky. I was gonna talk about the riots and the gun control and just the terrible loss of life that we've seen, which, you know, red flags, you know, should be going up, because we're talking about ex-military. They're the ones that are carrying out these attacks.
Just a sigh, and a passerby.
In any event, that's not what today's video is about. It's not about the Freddie Gray case, which I'm sure is going to come into the media even more, because there's a lawsuit out, a defamation lawsuit, which these officers are probably going to end up winning. In any event, that's not what today's video is about. Last night I had another weird dream. Yeah, I know. Yeah, say what you want, but you know, our subconscious mind is much greater than our conscious mind, and you know, our dreams, they do matter. Freud, to many other great minds in psychology, they put a lot of emphasis into dreams. I take notice of these little breadcrumbs that I'm given, and I seek after the matter. So last night, I was throwing a curveball, because as I was falling asleep after praying quite a bit, you know, biometrics. I have never thought of that. I don't even know why. I had a dream about biometrics, and I immediately woke up and I Googled it, like 1 in the morning. I was just shocked at what I found. So I follow after this little breadcrumb, and it leads me to this really spooky Big Brother type of situation that we're looking at right now. If you have the iPhone 6 or you have any other, you know, smartphone devices, you know that biometrics plays a big part. You now use your fingerprint to unlock your phone. That fingerprint is also now made available to, you know, the government, Homeland Security. And that's not all. Biometrics is going to be all the rage. Do you know right now, all around the world, this whole, you know, this big plan to basically enslave everyone and to keep everyone in line. Israel is, by 2017, Israel is demanding that every single citizen submits themselves to biometric scanning. Rwanda has been urged to head over to the cashless society. Biometrics is all the rage. And it's not just in these countries, it's in many, many, many other countries. You know, the FBI over the last, year or so has quietly gathered, hundreds of thousands of images. Right now, Snapchat is being sued for biometric privacy laws because, you could scan irises from the things that are shared online. And the thing that really spooked me out last night was, like, within the last day or so, all of this information came out, and I hadn't heard of it before. Department of Homeland Security is, they're about to open up a facility, a huge facility that is going to completely test all of this biometric technology. They're trying to gather all aspects of cyber life into one, and they have definitely courted, everything from social media to, even the next Windows. All of these things they're linked completely, and they're going to be submitted to Homeland Security and our government and the FBI if, it seems that people are sharing things or seem to be out of line or fit the description of what they consider to be someone who is not complying. They have this new program, which is kind of spooky. It's called Exemplar. It is a public-private partnership, and what they're doing is they're sort of like taking, if you see something, say something, to the next level. They're setting it up right now so that everyone in the private sector and in the public sector is ready to go and can 100% tell on other people and know what to look for and who would be, a terrorist or who wouldn't be a terrorist or who would be someone that should be detained for a long period of time without a lawyer. Because, of course, now, that can happen in the States. Not to mention a drone strike on civilians here. The United States is now, territory of war, I guess. Visa says in a report recently that biometric pay systems is what the people want. Everybody wants to, they want to pay with a thumbprint or they want to pay with an eye scan. They don't want to carry around, they don't want to carry around a credit card anymore or cash. This organization that's behind all of this, these people that are, creating such chaos into the world and stifling any kind of freedom and any kind of liberty, and this big brother that has gotten far, far out of control is now trying to take it to another level. I spoke many years ago about the allegory of Revelation, there's a passage in the book of Revelation where it says he shall cause, pretty much everyone, great and small, to take the number of the beast. And, that number will be on their hand and on their forehead. And that you won't be able to buy or sell without it. Now, there's a great allegory to that, and I spoke about that many times. I just really didn't believe that such a thing was going to happen in the physical and in the now. And yet now, I'm quite shocked, because it seems that very shortly, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without maybe a fingerprint from your hand or an eye scan from your head or chip. They're also moving over to these new type of IDs. These they're called RFI IDs, and they contain all sorts of biometric data. This is a really spooky thing, because even the auto industry right now, the Global Automotive Biometric Vehicle Access System, soon, you're not going to even be able to buy a car that will not first scan your eye or fingerprint or chip, because everything is going to be moved over to a completely cashless society. In Illinois right now, there is a school that has now biometric parameters. The children don't need to carry cash anymore. They don't need a PIN code or anything else. They're going to be able to go in there maybe with a fingerprint, and they're going to be able to get their lunch. All of these things that are happening in these little pockets all over the country, well, it's like little pilot programs. And it's going to go worldwide. And we are going to be left, pretty much slaves that are chipped or tracked everywhere we go. We won't be able to buy a slice of pizza without giving someone our identity and our records. And that, my friends, is absolutely horrifying. Right now, India has 1 billion already biometric identities. Iris is scanned. And it's spooky, because everything that you share online right now, everything that you share on social media, I don't think people realize this. Even this Pokemon Go, you're giving the government and you're giving these companies access to decide whether or not you should be detained. They have complete access. They have complete access to everything that is you. There's an algorithm put in place. So now when you buy something, a supercomputer program can instantaneously pull up everything to see if you match something that would maybe be put on a watch list. There is no freedom anymore, people. Biometrics, it used to be a thing of, from Minority Report or something from the future that was, way, way far off and very, very dystopian. But right now, it is happening. Caterpillar is implementing biometrics to keep an eye on all their truck drivers to make sure they're not too far asleep. The European consumers, well, they say they're 100% ready for it. Not to mention Samsung Pay with their iris scanners. Do you even have any clue as to how scary this is? This is downright frightening. And it's being done quietly. I hadn't even thought of biometrics. I know there are probably some videos out there about the chips and everything else, but I didn't know that there was a huge facility that DHS was opening up. I didn't know that they were putting together a program and a partnership to train people on how to better spy on other people. And right now at airports, just so you know, everywhere, the bill was just passed for an exit program. Anybody coming into an airport or out of an airport is going to be scanned. Prisons have already been doing it. Prisoners their irises are being scanned. Computers are going to be able to take scans of your iris from Instagram posts or Facebook posts or videos. Just give it time. And so I wanted to tell you all about biometrics. And I think that we should be just downright frightened. Because, it's all happening, and what choice do we have but to just do a video about it, right? In any event, I want you all to have the best day ever. Thank you so much for taking the time to, listen. And, just do something to be a light in the world today. Do me a favor and lift somebody else up for a change, I told you life is it's like a garden. Whatever you plant, whatever you put out there, you're going to get into return. You're going to get it back tenfold. And stop worrying about the future. A lot of people are really, really worried because all of this stuff, it could be scary, it can be frightening. But you know what? This is an exciting time to be alive because ultimately things are going to change. And I believe in the end, love always has its day. So love. And do me a favor and subscribe. And just have the best week ever. I love you all. And I'll talk to you soon. And don't give me a hard time about my tight shirts, all right? I was a lot heavier back then. I'm very proud of the fact that I am in good shape and the fact that I could be walking around all hunched over with a cane and I'm not. I could be dead. I don't know how many times over. Life is meant to be lived. These things that stand in our way, these obstacles that we have, these